Well, hello everyone. Good evening. I'm a little tardy, but you know, it's all about life, isn't it? Um, I am Leanne Furness, and I'm not showing you my face again. I just don't like that little flippy thing. I'm an independent demonstrator here in Rochester, Minnesota, and I'm going to share with you today the frosted forest. And so I talk a lot about online exclusives, and we have a new mini catalog coming. We have an old mini catalog, retiring, and summer coming away from it, and well, whatever. I don't even know what I'm trying to say. So some things in the mini catalog that is retiring will be gone forever. Some are carrying over, and I kind of went through that yesterday or last week. Yesterday, oh my gosh! But today we're going to focus on this, and I'm going to get in a little bit closer. I think maybe not. Okay, so the Frosted Forest, like I said, is an online exclusive. Its number is 164344. I think it's about $68. You get a ton of things, right? You get all of these dies, and let me show you what they all do. And then you get the stamp sets, and of course the words. Thinking of you and how you strengthen my life. I love that greeting. And in addition to the dies and the stamps, you get these masks. And I'm going to show you how to use the masks. I think I've had a buffet card now on my buffet for a couple months, and I'm going to keep it on there because I want people to try this, because I think if you try it, you're going to love it. So like, here's an example. The dies can cut out the tree after you've did the stenciling, and I'm going to show you that in a minute. This is the tree outline cut after I did some stamping as well as some masking. I'm going to show you that. This is the tree, and then this guy to create a more depth and more interest in the tree. And I'm trying to see if it's bright enough. Maybe I need to be down further. I don't know. What do I need? Maybe I need not to do out of focus. I was just like in my own little zone right now. Checking. Oh my gosh, that's so much better. So you can kind of see the details in that die. Let's go back. So this tree, I'm going to go back because it was not bright enough. There we go. That. And then this goes on top. Okay. So that's that. Then we already looked at this. You get just the tree silhouettes, which is what the brown is. And then I embossed it with some falling leaf falling. I don't even know. It's an online exclusive. And then I used, where'd it go? Where did it go? Right here. I used this and cut it apart to make these little trees. Think about all the possibilities. There's so many things you could do. And here's another one where I was making kind of like a fall. Kind of right now looks like a dying pine tree or something. But you can get so much bang for your buck in the little die of the what would you call that bird? That's a tough one. Okay, excuse the sniffles. And so here's another one of the tree. Just this guy, only one color. And I think you could do lilacs. I think you could do so many things. But let me show you how this actually works together and how you're going to have it be better in depth. I mean, it's just going to be so amazing. What I'm going to do is I'm going to, actually, I apologize for the camera. Well, I guess I'm not. I really am struggling this week with life. Okay, so the masks, we're going to start with the masks first. And the tree mask is, I don't know if you can see this, so there's like a number. 1 by this notch, 2, and 3. So that's the order you do it. The stencil of the evergreens are ABC, so you don't get them confused, right? ABC. Like, I don't know why you would get them confused, but it just kind of makes it all a little bit better. So those letters are hard to see, but I'm going to show you how to do a couple things. I'm going to grab some white paper. Now, I personally love this technique, and I'm going to use some of the tape. I've used, this is from scrapbook.com, probably. It's not a Stampin' Up! Product. You could use our masking tape. I just didn't want to, because sometimes that's too sticky. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a line where my card is. Well, that's not very straight, is it? Let's fix that. My husband made a Cajun meal tonight, and I'm not a fan of the Cajun. I don't mind the slap your mama seasoning on the chicken, but ugh, the Cajun rice and beans. Well, there you go. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and I straightened that out a little bit. So now we got this. And then I'm going to take my stencil and I'm going to make sure I start with the right one. This is A. I don't know if you can see that. And I'm going to lay it over my cardstock, my white, basic white cardstock. And I'm going to draw a notch. I'm going to add that notch down here so that I can line it up. All right, so I'm going to stick this on there so it doesn't move on me. And the fun thing is that this, you can do it with one color. You get 3 different depths with just one color. So this is going to be what we end up with. And I'm going to show you how it happens, how it just magically works. So the first layer, A, or 1, you want to do kind of light. So light pressure. You can see my stencil's kind of already been abused and used. The other thing about the letters and the numbers is it tells you what side is up, right? So then you know. That looks good. Okay, so I'm just going to pull that off. And I wash those off in my sink, in my mudroom, and just let them air dry. So then we're going to matching up this notch. We're not going to worry about what this looks like. We're just going to match up that notch, add this, grab some more Mossy Meadow, make sure this didn't move. Okay, and then we're going to add a little bit darker. But not too dark. So then if you're going to peek, lift it up so you can kind of see where I'm getting some depth and some shadowing, I hope. And so I'm going to say that's good. So then I'm going to grab C, line up the notch. Really, the notch just makes it all, because I would say that this isn't lined up. I would go, what? This doesn't look right, but it is. And the third, C, is going to be the darkest, so you might have to go over it a couple times. It's also the more sturdy stencil mask, so you can really get in there if you want. And again, I'm just going to rinse these off. Whoopsies. Okay, so there is what that looks like without stamping anything. The other thing you can do with the masks is you can add some embossing paste. So this has got some texture to it, and this, or you can add some sparkly stuff. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stamp my trees in the same color, Mossy Meadow. And you can see how with one ink pad, what depth you get. How cool is that? It is just amazing to me. And when you see it in person, it's even cooler. All right, so I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to grab this other tree, the little guy, and you know how I've always said, well, I don't always say it, but I should say it. Do you know the size of your block is important, because if it gets too big, you get too inky. And so the size of the block you choose to use is really quite important. I should have grabbed a smaller one, but I didn't. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put that over there. And that's what jeans are for, right? Okay, so that's the evergreen tree. And again, you can cut them out. Where's my sample? And cut them out. This has a little bit of embossing paste on it. I don't know if you can see that. So it adds a little bit more depth. And if you want, let me know. I would be glad to show you how you use that embossing paste. It's just not something that I'm going to do in a class, just because ick. No, just because it gets so messy. You should see my room when this project's going. Okay, now let's talk about the other stencil. The other stencil is, so I'm going to go ahead and grab a different color pencil of some sort. So I can keep it straight and I won't worry about anything. So again, this is number 1, and I'm going to, now that it's a different kind of shape, I'm going to make a new notch. I'm also going to take this down, and I'm going to grab some pecan pie, and I'm going to make this tree a spring tree, maybe, I don't know, pecan pie. So as you can see, I just grabbed a little bit of ink, and I'm just going to go ahead and shadow this in, shade it up, and again, you can pick this up and see, I think I want it a little darker, and maybe I don't even like this color. Maybe that was a bad color choice. I don't know. So then when you're happy with your image, you take off that piece, go to the number 2, line up the notch, and then I'm going to use Mossy Meadow kind of light, because it's the first leaf. So then you have that. And then I can go ahead and line up my notch, number 3. And grab more Mossy Meadow and just really get in there and get some depth. And I didn't tape it down very well. And so that's kind of what the look is. I'm going to make this a little bit darker. And so the best part is that you can, as long as you have that notch there, you can just keep adding layers and layers of color if you want to go back and say, well, that wasn't great what I wanted. It does look a little different sometimes than what, let me find that other guy. So like this, I guess that is kind of the same. But what the difference is, watch. I'm going to grab Early Espresso ink. Nope, I'm not. I'm going to grab Basic Black. And I'm going to grab this tree. Oh my gosh, it's such a big tree. Because then when I stamp, it's going to go just right on top of that. And it's going to add that detail that we're looking for. So I'm going to go ahead and ink this up. Now, because my ink pad is smaller than my stamp, I'm going to do it this way so I can see what we're doing. And then I'm going to line this up. Now, this is an online exclusive. It's still available, and it's, well, that would have been better if I lined it up, but it's such worth. I mean, just look at how lovely that is. And then you would cut that out. So that's basically the Frosted Forest. Makes me think of the Elf movie, the Frosted Forest. I don't know, did I talk about this guy? This is just the branches, so you can just do some winter scenes, because as we know here in Minnesota, we don't have any leaves right now. We do have evergreens, but we don't have leaves, and so you could just do a bare tree, and I love trees, and I don't think you can ever have enough trees. So there you go. Thanks for joining and watching. Let me know what you think. Frosted Forest, online exclusive. Go to the website, or you can ask me about it. Right now it's still free shipping until tomorrow, so I could get you that free shipping, even if though it's not $75. We can just sneak that in. All right, thanks for watching. Bye.